Hi fans, and welcome to the LB Gym here in Fredericton. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV, powered by Sports Canada TV and Tommy TV on YouTube. Little Sunday afternoon basketball action, opening with the host Tommy women and the visiting Crandall Chargers. Tommy's 1-1 on the season. They lost to MSVU by 4 in their home opener. Followed that up the next day with a win over Kings. That was a 68-37 victory, and that win leading the Tommies was Claudia Steves, 16 points. Charlie Connors, 15 points, 11 rebounds. And leading UKC with 8 points was Kai Raphael. Chargers, they come in 0-2, lost at home to Holland. Lost yesterday on the road at Mount Allison. That was a 77-50 score at Mount A. Mount A led by Sadie Brown with 20, Danielle Alexander with 15. And leading Crandall with 9 points, Kelsey Allward. Just moments away from the starting lineups here. We'll mention off the top, rankings are out for the first time this week. Mount St. Vincent, who sits alone atop the conference at 3-0 after yesterday's play, is ranked 5th in the nation. Holland College, who's 2-1 after a loss at MSVU yesterday, at 10. And the Tommies, in their 1-1 record, pull up the final place in the national rankings at number 15. Everyone trailing, of course, last year's champions, CBC. Ceremonial jump ball here. It'll be Katie Vedito and Ellie Hiltz. It is Think Pink Day here in the LB Gym. And that's a representative of the Chalmers Hospital Foundation with the ceremonial toss, won by Vedito. Always goes to the home team. Tommies will be in their dark green uniform, second game of the weekend for the Chargers. So they wear their whites today. Dandy looking set of unis there on the Chargers. Nice dark numbers on a white background. Super easy for this announcer. Starters for the Chargers. 5'9" guard out of Medicine Hat, Alberta is Charity Hearn. Wearing 7 is Ellie Hiltz, a 5'5" guard out of Yarmouth. 9 is Lauren Lilly. Second year out of Summerside, 5'11" forward. One of the captains, Tristan DeRoche, out of Miramichi, wears number 14. And Kelsey Allward, a 6-foot center, third year out of Moncton, wears 17. Starters for the Tommies, 5 is Brianna Bartley. Third year wing out of Woodstock at 5'8". 7 is one of the captains, Vedito, 5'11" wing out of Charlottetown. Vedito will see a lot of action as a big today. Alyssa Jeffrey, 5'7" guard out of Sussex in her 5th year. Drawing into the starting lineup today, number 12, Claudia Steves, out of St. John's, Newfoundland, and Holy Heart High School. And rounding out the starters, number 13, Paige LeBlanc, out of New Maryland. Scratches for the Chargers, Molly Sheen. And for the Tommies, After O Canada. Scratches for the Tommies are Michaela Hansen, still recovering from a little tweak of the knee suffered at the Ken Gould. And Charlie Connors. Connors, 15 points and 7 boards, will be missed today. Connors, according to Coach Fred, would be a go today were this a playoff game. But early in the season, a little health issue. So we'll sit this one out. It'll be Allward and Vedito to take the tap. Officials for this one: Mr. Donnie Forsyth, Mr. Adam Humphrey, and Miss Chantal Rochon. The crew chief today with the toss. They are the 3 in gray, charged with making sure all goes according to Hoyle and the official rules of basketball. Knocked out of bounds by the Chargers. Tommy's ball. That'll mean the Chargers get the first alternating possession on the jump. Steve's around to LeBlanc. For the cutting Bartley now in the middle. Bartley can't get that to go off the glass. And Jeffrey with the first offensive board for the Tommies. Around for Steves, down low is fouled. Nope, stepped on the sideline. No foul at all. A little bit early for Toes and the Tulips. Played 30 seconds, no score. Drive that time from Lauren Lilly. Vedito from the outside front rim. And rebounding foul on the Tommies, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's first, team's first. Chargers into the front court. Hiltz finds Charity Hearn. Hearn, the rookie out of Medicine Hat, has looked very good in the opening couple of games for the Chargers. 10.5 points a game for Hearn through 2 games. A couple rebounds and 2.5 assists as well. Good morning if you're watching from Alberta or anywhere in the West. Get yourself a little coffee, maybe some crumpets or something. Leftover Halloween candy always works. One bounce through for Paige LeBlanc. First points of the game for the Tommies. Ahead for Lilly. Back to Hiltz. Hiltz inside, outside for Allward. Allward also averaging 10.5 points a game for the Chargers through 2. Foul goes on Hearn. New coach this year for Crandall, Jonathan Thorpe. Wasn't hired until September, so learning on the fly here early going. And 12 new players to him. He's new to the players. New system. There's Steves with a triple. .50 Tommies. Very deserving entrance into the starting lineup for Steve. She's been outstanding through the first 2 regular season games and even in the preseason. 11.5 points, 3.5 boards, 4 steals a game for Steves. That one knocked out of bounds. It's intended for Bartley, and Bartley had the last touch. So it'll be over to the Chargers. A little pressure from the Tommies. This is the game they'll play. They are a deep team. Behind the back dribble taken away by Jeffrey. Jeffrey for Vedito. Vedito back for Jeffrey beyond the arc. That one off the heel. Rebound for Allward. Allward, in my view, was worthy of all-star consideration last season. Oh, nice runner off the glass. It's going to be Lauren Lilly. First two for the Chargers. And there is LeBlanc making it rain with the three-pointer. Ball's back for Allward. Nice look inside for Hearn. Beautiful dish from Allward. Sees for the open LeBlanc. LeBlanc tries another triple, and that one just rimmed out. Played just about 4 minutes. First subs of the game coming at the next whistle. Hearn. Fake, little pass is too high for Allward. And out of bounds, and here come substitutions. Oshipko and Giesbrecht for the Tommies. Oh, along with Kerr, Crawford, and Quinlan. That's Nora Quinlan. Full 5 sub there for Coach Connors, and a couple of subs for the Chargers as well. Coming into this game, the Tommies averaging 64.5 points, which is 5th in the conference. Give up 51. That's the best defensive mark to date. Tommies get the line a lot. Have attempted the most free throws in the conference. Chargers scoring 57, giving up 77. Shoot the free throw really well. Tommies also commit a lot of turnovers. Have given up 25 a game, but also have forced 28. Chargers looking after the ball a little better. 17 turnovers a game, which is middle of the pack. The big issues for the Chargers, they allow opponents to shoot 40%. That's a big number. One other game in the association this afternoon. It's UMBSJ at Mount A. Mount A coming off the victory over the Chargers yesterday, and SJ a road victory at UKC. It should be an entertaining contest as well. Here is Oshipko. That's Kaylee Axworthy who's checked in for Hearn. Hearn with a finish off the glass. Give Hearn 4 points. It's going to be a foul on Axworthy. Axworthy is out of Sydney, Nova Scotia. So Axworthy, Hearn, Allward, Lauren Lilly, and I think it's Kyla Smith is the 5th Charger on the court. No, it's number 19, Ella Smith. Ella Smith, first year out of Moncton. Brings a dimension that the Chargers haven't had a lot of in the last few years, and that's three-point shooting. One of the best at the high school level. The three-point shot in New Brunswick was Ella. And 3 of 4 beyond the arc so far this season. Little zone show here from Crandall. Kerr tries to shoot over the top of it. Giesbrecht fights for the rebound, but it's out off of the Tommies. Hearn for Allward and Axworthy. Quinlan for Giesbrecht. Marley Olton into the game for the Tommies, wearing number 20. There's Olton around for Oshipko. Oshipko into the post for Giesbrecht. And Giesbrecht diving for the ball, trips up Hearn. You'll take that one if you're the Tommies. Good hustle from Giesbrecht there. Giesbrecht also out of Medicine Hat, Alberta. That shot's off the heel, but offensive rebound. Put back, no good from Axworthy. Kerr, a hit for Oshipko. Olton down low. Fouled on the catch. I think this will be Ella Smith. It is Ella Smith on the push. Smith's first, team's third. Giesbrecht catch inside. Tough time getting that one up through traffic. Jump ball. First jump of the contest, and possession will be for Crandall. Nope. Second jump ball. Possession, STU. We had one down here at the Tommies offensive end earlier. Lilly for Smith. Offensive foul on Ella Smith. That's going to be two quick ones on Smith. Coach Thorpe elects to let Smith play with the early two fouls. Quinlan, little back iron there. Kerr, that one rattles through for Regan. Oshipko guarding Lilly. It's a nice pass inside and great finish by Allward. Got the overplay from Olton. Left that bounce pass wide open, and there's an interception for Hearn. Hearn's going to attack Kerr. And Kerr will get the block. And here comes the starting five quickly off the bench for the Tommies. But Kerr had a reasonable position there. Official thought it was just a little late. Hearn to the line, 3 out of 4 on the season from the line. Make it 4 out of 5. And 5 out of 6. Steves for Bartley. Trampling some tulips there on the far side. It's Brianna Bartley stepping out of bounds. Megan Fisher, number 11, into the game for the Chargers, as is 21 Randy Ross. Nice pass inside for Smith, who can't convert against a tough Tommies defense. LeBlanc picks up the dribble and shuffles the foot a little too much. Chargers within one of the Tommies. Have to like this if you're Coach Thorpe. Randy Ross inside, pulls the way to the bucket, and then dives after the rebound, manages to keep the foot in bounds, and gets it banked out of bounds off of Tommy. Down low for Ross. Ross trying a scoop shot. No foul given on that play. Jeffrey, bounce pass for Bartley. Bartley with the long shot. And that's a bullseye for BB. 3 points for Brianna Bartley beyond the line. In the 2 minutes here of the opening quarter. Bartley now down low, back for Jeffrey. Jeffrey, cross-court pass for Paige LeBlanc, who has found it from distance yet again. I think we've got online stats here today, so I'll give you a rundown between quarters. That's at least the second make for LeBlanc. That one's being called a tip out off the Tommies. Axworthy can't get that to go off the glass. And Vedito right down Main Street, wide open for a Sunday afternoon drive. Tommy's now up 9, what was just a 2-point game. Down back to Bartley. Steves open in the corner. Steves for 3, front rim. It's a good rebound by Ella Smith. Steves with a block. And standing on the end line when touched the ball. Nice defensive play. 16 on the shot clock. 50 seconds left in the quarter here as Crandall inbounds. Randy Ross, a 5-second violation. Vedito for Jeffrey. Bartley from 15 is going to drive on Ross. Good defense from Ross that time. And it's Smith. Pulls away the rebound. Tommy's with a tip on the pass. Going to be 8-second violation. 25 on the game clock, a 14 on the shot for Stu. The front court possession. Vedito makes a 3. Tommy's 3-point shot is dropping. Vedito gambles for the steal into the hands of Hearn. Six seconds left in the quarter. Offensive foul here on Randy Ross. And Alyssa Jeffrey looking for the license plate of that truck. Big collision on the far side. Jeffrey will stay in for the final second here of the quarter. Coach Connor's getting a little word in here at the officials as we end the quarter. I think that's going to be on the tip out of bounds, maybe. So Tommy's 22-10. one point in time, the Chargers had an opportunity with a 2 to tie. With 3 minutes left in the quarter. Good finish. The quarter for the Tommies. Chargers 10 points on 4 of 15 from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point land, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Tommies 22 points, 8 of 17, that's 47%. 6 of 12 already from beyond the arc. 6 3-pointers is a big number in a quarter. And Tommies have yet to get to the free throw line. Eight turnovers for the Chargers, 7 for STU. Rebounds 9-8 in favor of the Tommies. Assists 6-3 in favor of STU. Individual stats leading Crandall. Hearn with 6 points. Lilly has 2. Allward has 2. 2 fouls on Ella Smith. A couple of rebounds for Smith, Axworthy, and Hiltz. Tommies, it's Paige LeBlanc has 8. 2 threes and a 2. Benito has 5. Bartley, Kerr, Steves with 3 each. 3 boards for LeBlanc, 3 assists for Jeffrey, and no one with more than 1 foul. Set to go here for Q2. Coach Connor still talking to one of the officials. Fred looking dandy today in his one of the girls' t-shirts. A gift from the team. Bartley on the miss, rebound Vedito. Now Vedito long on the three-pointer. This is the starters back for the Tommies. Steve's there on the takeaway for Jeffrey. Jeffrey, Steves, Vedito, Bartley, and LeBlanc. Inside, LeBlanc. Another 2 points on the board. Pass inside for Hiltz. Hiltz kicks it out. That was for DeRoche. Axworthy, now Allward. Allward, nice move. Can't get the shot to drop. Steves drives, passes, gets it back in the high post. Outside pass, a little too strong for Vedito. Here comes Oshipko in for Claudia Steves. Chargers, DeRoche is 14, Axworthy is 12, Hiltz is 7, 17 is Allward, and with the ball I'm wearing number 9 is Lauren Lilly. We're underway in Q2. Allward, nice look inside, nice finish by Axworthy. Axworthy 8.5 points a game here in the early going of the season. Bartley has that one knocked out of bounds. That is by Axworthy. Long inbound catch by LeBlanc. LeBlanc and Oshipko. Bartley drives. Sent to the floor and will go to the line to shoot 2. Comes Mackenzie Giesbrecht into the game. It will be for Katie Vedito. Bartley to the line. 4 of 6 on the season from the free throw line. 23.5 minutes a game for Brianna. 4 points, 6.5 boards. Sure, Brianna would like to see a few more go through. Hasn't been able to finish on some of the good opportunities thus far in the season. Kelsey Allward looking for deflection on that entry pass. The official says no. Last out off the Chargers. LeBlanc on the attack. Ended up behind the backboard. Might have had an opportunity. There was space in the rim side. Taken away, pass to hit for Axworthy. Axworthy against LeBlanc, puts on the brakes, can't get the righty layup to go. And it's Bartley on the push. Oshipko for three. Tommy's front rim. There's Bartley on the offensive glass. She's so good at that. Down low, Giesbrecht against Allward. And nice defense by Allward. Piece of that Giesbrecht shot. There's LeBlanc with the steal. 15-footer. Too strong. And that's out off of Axworthy. Oshipko drives for a pass inside. Oshipko, former UNB Red. Here's Marley Olton in for Brianna Bartley. A little Woodstock exchange here. Nora Quinlan just a little too late to check in. Oshipko, a number of former UNB teammates on hand on the far side. UNB Reds off to a strong start to their season. And good to see them in-house supporting the Tommies and former teammate. Shipko for Giesbrecht. Orlando Shipko down low. Olton, three to shoot. A bailout foul that time, I think. Not sure Olton had a great look. I was going to want Lauren Lilly. Making the second one from Olton. Axworthy drive and kick. Oh, good looking shot, and it drops. Thought about it for a second before it went through. It's a make from DeRoche. Chargers show zone. Ahead for Hearn. And there's a score. Hey, that foul is going to go on Kathleen Quinlan. Good to see Kathleen back into the game. She's so fast, I even missed her coming onto the court. Good to see KQ back at it. Number of injuries last year to the feet area. Olton on the drive. So for the Tommies, it's Olton who's on the line. Giesbrecht, Oshipko, and the Quinlan sisters. Nora and Kathleen. Another three made from outside. And again, that's DeRoche. DeRoche, member of the Maritime Women's Basketball Association Miramichi Hurricanes, who won the league title this year in their second year of existence. Outstanding story they were in the summertime. What a great opportunity that league is for players to participate in. Giesbrecht beat the buzzer, but no rim. Comes Ella Smith in for Crandall. Pressure against Smith, ahead for Lilly. Numbers now, oh, the bounce pass was, oh, got it the second time. Nice fake from Hilt for DeRoche. DeRoche suddenly on fire here. Comes Regan Kerr in for Kathleen Quinlan. And Axworthy out for the Chargers. Giesbrecht for Nora Quinlan. Little fancy dribble there from Quinlan. 6 to shoot. Kerr spins and fouled by Hilt. Fourth team foul. On the Chargers, timeout Tommies. Mentioned it is Think Pink Day here in support of Chalmers Hospital Foundation. Tommies, I'm not sure you can really pick it up on camera because it's hard to see from up here with the naked eye. All have Tommy Think Pink socks on. I believe there's some available here for sale as well on the far side. Coming down, canteen is open. Men's game will come up next. I'll tell you about that during the men's action. And at halftime of this one, I'll check in on the score at Mount A. UNBSJ playing there right now. Your Crandall, you got to be pretty happy looking up at the scoreboard and seeing yourself down 6 to a nationally ranked team at this point in time. First year coach, a lot of young players here. Had a good chat with Coach Thorpe before the game. Kerr draws the back of the iron on the free throw. Kerr 6.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and half an assist a game. Had 10 in the second game against UKC. Makes the second for the 7-point lead. Nice passing on the baseline. And nice finish by Lauren Lilly. Chargers executing well. Chargers look to be playing more free this season. They did last. Inbounded for Quinlan. Around for Kerr. Kerr for Giesbrecht in the post. Giesbrecht can't get it to go off glass. Tommy's double up, and that's a tough pass, but it's corralled by Megan Fisher. Fisher screens to free DeRoche. And DeRoche off the out of bounds part of the backboard. Comes Axworthy in for DeRoche. Giesbrecht goes to work again on the inside. Power step through. There it is for Giesbrecht. Little kiss off the window with the left hand. Lilly was looking back to Axworthy. Kerr on the floor after that one. 3 to shoot. And suddenly finding space was Lauren Lilly. Actually had a really good look for that late in the shot clock. Shot is wide by Ella Smith. Tommy's take over, push for Kerr, spot up. That 3 doesn't drop on the inside, it's Oshipko. Back for Kerr, Kerr. Drive and kick, and it's taken away by Megan Fisher. Axworthy spin move, bottom rim. Kerr ahead for Oshipko. Now Oshipko attacks, no foul. Just out of bounds called. Good defense there. Comes Grace Crawford for the Tommies, number 22. I think possibly in the very first Tommy sub of the game that I had Crawford on when it was Olden all along, wearing number 20. Sometimes you only see one of those numbers on the back and you make an assumption of who it is. Good Crawford and Olden in the game here both together. With LeBlanc, Giesbrecht, and Jeffrey. Tough try there, foul given. They'll send Ella Smith to the line. Foul goes on LeBlanc. LeBlanc's first, team's third. And that foul shot bounces away. For Smith. Makes the second. Bartley and Vidito for Olton and Giesbrecht. Bartley setting up in the post, receives the pass. Bartley spins back high off glass. Rebound taken away by Fisher. Fisher gets the ball back. Pass to the corner. Good reaction there. And work back around for Lauren Lilly. Chargers got a good look that offensive possession. Good ball movement. Crawford hammers the brakes. Bartley. Shot doesn't drop. Fisher on the push. Gets in deep. And drug the pivot foot just a little bit. Minute to go here in the quarter. Timeout Tommies at 32-26. If you're a Chargers fan, you really have to like what you're seeing here. See if the legs will hold up after that game yesterday at Mount A. What the second half looks like. Look forward to checking out the Tommy shooting percentage at halftime. Benito, Jeffrey, Bartley, LeBlanc, and Crawford. Little press here. And that's tipped. It's going to be an 8-second violation. It should be here, shouldn't it? How come that's not an 8-second violation? Said that was over and tipped back. Must be the call there. LeBlanc on the drive. I personally didn't think the Tommies had half, but wasn't paying close enough attention. Bartley can't handle the pass. .31.5 seconds. Timeout Chargers. They have an opportunity to cut into this Tommy 6-point lead. Give you a rundown of all the stats at half, or coming back out of half. Both huddles pretty calm. Really starting to turn winter here in Fredericton. Fairly chilly day on Friday. A little warmer today. Some much needed rain tomorrow before we head into Remembrance Day Tuesday. Inbounded for Hearn. The long pass to beat the press, but double teamed. Claudia Steves has checked in for the Tommies. Oh, long shot made. That's Megan Fisher with the rainbow. 3-point contest. As in 32-29. Steves can't answer. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Ella Smith. 4.6 seconds to go here in the half. The Tommies have taken both their timeouts already. It's like a little box set here off the inbound See if this ends up into the hands of Adito for a shot. Jeffrey almost loses it to the backcourt. And Tommies don't even get a shot. Thought we might have been going around to Adito on the far side. Chargers have to be ecstatic here right now. Down 3, Tommies not as sharp as they've been this season, I'll say that. And the Chargers playing with confidence. And when the last time they went to halftime here, only down 3 has been. Come on back in about 14 minutes or so. I'll give you a rundown of the stats from the first half and have the call of the second half. Come on back then. Hi fans, welcome back to the LB Gym here for second half action. ACAA women's basketball. Watching ACAA TV, Tommy's TV, all powered by Sports Canada TV. I'm Bill Gibson. Dandy game here this afternoon. First quarter, 22-10 in favor of the Tommies. Second quarter, 19-10 in favor of Crandall. That leaves us at 32-29. Chargers 29 points, 11 of 28 shooting for 39%, 3 of 7 beyond the arc, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Tommy's 32 points on 10 of 33, 30% shooting, so it really cooled off after that first quarter. 6 of 18 from three-point land, all 6 of those coming in the opening quarter, and 6 of 8 from the line. Turnovers, Tommy's 15, the Chargers 14. Rebounding, Tommy's +5 at 19-14. Assists, 8-7 Chargers. Steals, 4-0 Tommies. Individual stats. Tristan DeRoche leads the Chargers with 9 points. Charity Hearn, 8. 3 rebounds for Ella Smith. Multitude of players with 2. 2 assists each for Axworthy and Lauren Lilly. Charity Hearn, 2 fouls, as does Ella Smith. The Tommies led by 10 from Paige LeBlanc. 5 each from Bartley and Vidito. 4 rebounds, LeBlanc, Bartley. 3 assists for Jeffrey, and no one with more than 1 foul. Tommies were quick out of the locker room. They were back on the court with about 7 minutes to go, right into the layup line for about 5 minutes, and then in the final, around 2.5 minute mark, they gathered as a team, big huddle, and the vocal leaders in that huddle were Vidito and Bartley. I have to think the Tommies talking about bringing more energy here to the second half. Chargers, they come out of the halftime here with the ball. And a nice passing play there, just Allward can't connect with Hearn. Allward, Hearn, Lily, DeRoche, and Ellie Hiltz. That's Steves for the Tommies, gets the screen from Bartley with Vidito, LeBlanc, and Jeffrey. There's LeBlanc driving baseline. Hearn on the rebound. High post for Allward. Allward dribbles into traffic, and it's Bartley who comes away with the ball. Bartley ahead for Vidito for the cutting Bartley. Bartley finishes off glass. Nice little give and go there. Tommies looking to have a little more energy this quarter, at least to start in the very early going. And a little bit more energy in the gym. That's the Tommies bench you hear cheering. It's undoubtedly the conversation that Coach Connors had the team at halftime and the team had with themselves. Jeffrey nails a 3. All that to say, it was a bit of a sleepy first half for the Tommies. Didn't play poorly, just not quite as sharp. Allward turns, shoots. Back rim. Vidito tips that board and chases the ball down. Has LeBlanc here on the near side. Oh, nice cut. Backdoor on LeBlanc. Timeout. Chargers. As Coach Thorpe can sense the Tommer energy and focus here to start the half. 3-point game. Suddenly it's all the way to 10. The Tommies starting this quarter. Give LeBlanc 12. Nice touch there as well by official Chantal Rochelle, rocking the pink Fox 40 whistle here on Think Pink Day. Hadn't noticed her with the pink whistle previously. I think that's just a special occasion. Foul on Vedito, a little too aggressive on Hiltz. Hiltz for Hearn. And down low for Allward, and it's Jeffrey with the takeaway for the streaking LeBlanc. Cracked down and knocked out of bounds by Ellie Hiltz. Steves off glass for two. Nice delivery from Bartley. Cross-court pass, and there's Jeffrey. Oh, nearly a steal, but it's Hiltz with the loose ball. King inside. Pardon me, it's Hearn with the loose ball for Hiltz. Shot blocked and then back out. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Charger men beginning to buzz about here in the upper concourse as they get set to take on the Tommy men following this contest. So you see some big shadows going by the camera. That's what it'll be from. Did check the other game at halftime. It is Mount A comfortably in front of UNB SJ. And they were well into the third quarter. Pace of that one, from an elapsed time perspective, well ahead of this. LeBlanc fouled. I think this will go on Hearn. It does. Third on Hearn. And first team foul. Paige LeBlanc to the line. LeBlanc, 8 points, 4.5 boards, and half an assist so far this season, coming into today. And we'll see that scoring average go up. Double-digit day today. LeBlanc works for the offensive rebound. Chargers knock it out. Steves for Jeffrey. There's LeBlanc. Steves on the outside will put one up. And that one is through for Claudia Steves. Had a visit pregame from Claudia's grandmother. Got me a little ornament of Jig's dinner. So I'll say that one will have them dancing around the Jig's dinner at home. He's tickled pink here on Think Pink Day by the thoughtfulness that went into that. Another score by LeBlanc. Hearn on the outside. Tommies have really put the pedal to the metal here in this quarter. That's a 15-0 start to the quarter for the Tommies. Through the first 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Olton and Oshipko in for Steves and Jeffrey. Tommies have amped up the energy and the scoring that's gone along with it. Inside Vedito, off the side of the backboard. That rebound pulled away, but Vedito gets the steal from Axworthy. And Vedito lays it up for another two for the Tommies. And Vedito with yet another steal. Left that one just short, but there's an offensive board. And that one also just doesn't climb over the front of the rim. Allward kicks outside DeRoche. Make it 3 3-pointers for Tristan DeRoche. Finally, he gets the Chargers on the board here in the second half. Cross-court pass, Bartley. And Bartley might have traveled there. Thought we were going to get a jump ball, actually. Chargers take that one away for Lauren Lilly. That's going to be a reach in on Oshipko. Oshipko's first, Tommy's second. Benito out, Mackenzie Giesbrecht in for STU. Oh, Hearn and Allward. Little malfunction of the communication junction that time. Hearn was expecting the zig, Allward went with the zag. Over to the Tommies. It's going to happen. Young team, young players. Bartley hard to the glass for 2. It's going to be a 19-2 start to the quarter for the Tommies. Lilly for the second. That one into the hands of Giesbrecht for Olton. LeBlanc going to drive baseline. Had a lane. Shot missed, rebounded. Now Axworthy against Olton. Shipko on Hearn. Hearn, nice cut. Nice pass from Allward. That's a couple dandy looking assists from Kelsey Allward today. That one to the streaking Charity Hearn. Olton for LeBlanc, 9 to shoot. And LeBlanc finds a lane. Hearn on the rebound. Oh, that looked like it could have been a back over. Jeffrey Verdito. Verdito has it knocked away. Quick hands by Hearn. Into the hands of Lauren Lilly. Lauren Lilly. Little circus shot attempt that time from Lilly. Doesn't go. A great thought on the drive. Made the finish a little too high degree of difficulty, I think, did Lilly on that last drive. Ellie Hiltz checks in. Jeffrey to the line with a make. Melissa, I'm not going to talk about anything here right now. Here's 2 for 2 for Alyssa last game. So she was an outstanding free throw shooter and put the curse on her. Makes them both there. And I said nothing. Hearn. Oh, that 3 looked good, but it rimmed out. Nice offensive rebound by Axworthy. Now Axworthy gets in for the tie-up with Olton. Jump ball in favor of the Tommies on the alternating possession. Cracker Jack crew on the scores table all over the possession arrow. Benito. A little too strong. Rebound Axworthy for Hiltz. Axworthy back for Hearn. That was Ella Smith. On the miss of that three. Nice look inside for Oshipko. Can't finish. UNB women wanted the clear out on Axworthy. They're on the far side. Up in favor of their former teammate. There's Axworthy with the takeaway. A good thought by Axworthy, but again, maybe making it just a little too hard on the finish. Comes Steves and LeBlanc in for Oshipko and Olton. Tommies have blown open a 3-point halftime lead here in the third, now up 20 on Crandall, who's just had a tough time finding the bottom of the bucket this quarter. The Tommies have been very determined here. Has a long two from Ella Smith. Steves, jab and go on Hearn. And Hearn knocks it out off Steves. Comes DeRoche in for Hearn. Bartley for Giesbrecht. Tommies still on the full court pressure. Fisher for Axworthy. Soft shot from DeRoche doesn't drop. Rebound for the Tommies, looking inside for Vedito. Usually like the bounce pass, but that might be one you use the length of Vedito. Talk about high degree of difficulty. Great finish that time for Axworthy. Seven seconds left in the quarter. And it's Vedito for three. Tommies plus 19 after 3 quarters. Give you the stats rundown here. It is 56-37. So that quarter goes 24-8 in favor of STU. Big quarter. Chargers 37 points on 15 of 45 shooting. That's the third. I can do that in my head. 3 of 10 from beyond the arc and 4 of 8 from the line. Geez, I can do all those percentages in my head. The Tommies 19 of 51, 37%. 9 of 22 for 41 beyond the arc. So there are 3 more triples in this quarter and 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Tommies 22 turnovers to the Chargers. Pardon me, the Tommies 20 turnovers to the Chargers 22. Rebounds plus 7 for STU, 31-24. Assists plus 1 for STU. And individual stats. Chargers led by DeRoche with 11. Hearn with 10. And then it's Lilly and Axworthy with 4 each after that. 5 rebounds, Axworthy and Smith. Three fouls for Hearn. No one else in foul trouble for the Tommies. LeBlanc up to 15 points. Vedito with that late three makes it 10. And then 9 for Bartley, 8 for Claudia Steeves. For the Tommies, top 5 scorers are their starting 5. That's what you like to see. Regan Kerr leads the bench mob with 4. Six rebounds, Jeffrey, 5 each. Bartley, Vedito, LeBlanc. 4 assists, Vedito. Having a great game. And no Tommy. Oh, Giesbrecht has 2 fouls. Say no Tommy more than 1, but Giesbrecht has the 2. Bartley, Steeves, Vedito, LeBlanc, and Jeffrey for Stu. Here to start the 4th quarter. And it will be Tommy ball. Lilly, Axworthy, Allward, DeRoche, and Hearn for Crandall. One's out of bounds last off the Tommies. Not sure if Hearn got a piece of that, and then that went off LeBlanc or straight out of bounds on the pass. Either way, Chargers ball. Lilly was looking for Hearn, and that's another one that dangerously close to backcourt. Foul here on the breakout by Steve. Sometimes I do actually have to go back and check out some of the rules post-game or ask an official here. That's a couple where just in the last few minutes players have been straddling the half-court line with the ball, and the ball's gone, from my view, backwards, which I always thought was backcourt. Axworthy down, but the ball comes around for Lilly. One-hander is short, and now it's Bartley and the Tommies quickly up court. Vedito loses the handle on the dribble right into the hands of Jeffrey, and Jeffrey, ton of open space. She's going to be wanting that one back. Open jumper from about 6 feet that time from Jeffrey, a little off the mark. There is Allward. Rebound for the Tommies. Vedito, Steeves. Steeves bouncer no good. And a little rugby play there. Pass backwards through the legs from Lauren Lilly. Cutting Axworthy, can't get that, but it's tipped by the Tommies. Nora Quinlan in for Paige LeBlanc. Peyton Oshipko in for Jeffrey. And I will reset the Chargers. There's a couple subs there, and I missed who they were. Fisher, Hearn, Allward, DeRoche, and Lilly are your Charger quintuplet. Steve space, drives, blocked by Hearn. Great defense, Charity Hearn. The dandy move by Claudia Steeves. Hearn got a hand in on the shot. Allward for Fisher. Fisher might have drugged the foot that time. It's around for a long two for Lauren Lilly. Shipko on the drive, no good. We'll say it does look like the Chargers have a little more outside shot making at their disposal this season than they've had in the past. Forward with a miss from deep that time. Oh, and Allward gets in on Steves. And Steves looking for a foul. Allward at the other end. A couple promising drives by Steves and a couple possessions that suddenly were reverted at the very last second. And there's Steves on the pass from Quinlan. Dogged determination gets that one to go. DeRoche with a take. No foul given. Fisher with a miss from three-pointer. Steves again into the paint. Nice pass for Bartley. Bartley can't finish. Hearn gets out the Windex, wipes the boards, now goes for a little run with the ball. A dashing Lilly with a score. LeBlanc and Kerr coming in for the Tommies. For Oshipko and Bartley. And timeout taken. I think this will be by Stu. It is. By Coach Connors. 60-43. Maybe Stu just didn't like the 12 o'clock start time. Steves inbounds for Vedito. Steves from 15. That one drops for Claudia Steves. Grandma in the back row down low with the hands in the air that time. Vedito. Rebound for Quinlan. And finally, it's Axworthy. Comes down with that one. Chargers wanted a foul there on the Allward attempt. They didn't get it. Quinlan tries the three. Fisher out of the corner. For Lilly, rebound for Kerr. Kerr ahead for Steves. Steves. That pass picked off by Fisher. Allward, another miss from long range. So Giesbrecht and Crawford coming in next stoppage for the Tommies. And there's Kerr. Oh, gets to the bucket and can't get that one to drop. Tommies could have a bunch more on the board here. They've had some great drives and looks at the bucket. Fouls on Steves. Giesbrecht and Grace Crawford in, with LeBlanc, Kerr, and Quinlan. Hearn can't make that free throw. Impressed with Hearn here again today. Impressed through the first two games that I've watched on video and again here today. There's Hearn with a takeaway. Said Axworthy's name a lot here today as well. Hearn for Fisher. Allward looking for a zip pass to the cutting Hearn. Regan Kerr is there to take that away. Ahead for Crawford. Crawford for Giesbrecht. Giesbrecht keeps that alive. And here comes Olton for LeBlanc. Hearn. It's a little short on that one. See here a little bit in the second half, the Chargers coming off the back-to-back games. Not quite as fresh-legged as the Tommies. I think that has been a factor here in the second half. Tommies also renewed energy coming out of halftime. Giesbrecht has to chuck one up and can't get rim to beat the shot clock buzzer. Hearn on the drive into a sea of blue sweaters. Kerr, Crawford, Quinlan. Nothing but nylon for Nora Quinlan. Timeout Chargers here. Looks like our men's game will start probably just a few minutes late. Scheduled for 2. We'll get the full 20-minute warm-up, and we've got a couple minutes to play in this one. And when I take this opportunity right now, check in on the individual stats. DeRoche still with 11, Hearn with 10, leading Crandall. Tommy's LeBlanc has 15, Steve's 14, and Vedito 10, leading Stu. LeBlanc 7 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Sets up nicely for a player of the game for Page. A couple three-pointers made and 50% from the field. Vedito a good game as well. 10.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty good stat lines for the Tommies. Charity Hearn, 10.7 boards, 2 assists for Crandall. Only 4 points out of Kelsey Allward today on 2 of 12 shooting. Quinlan with a block there, and the substitution coming out of timeout is Kathleen Quinlan seeing some more action here for Stu. And getting another mark on the score sheet. The second foul. Ella Smith. Makes the second. Tommy's up an even 20. 3-point game at half. Tommy's really has a massive third quarter differential. Well, it is Sunday afternoon. There's tackles there on the far sideline. Giesbrecht down. Kerr. Smith also in part of that pile. Out of bounds off the Tommies over to Crandall. Shot clock violation. Final 45 seconds of this one. The Tommies going to claim victory. They will move to 2-1. The Chargers, and a scrappy Chargers team this is, will drop to 0-3. Chargers, I think, will compete hard for those final couple playoff spots. UKC and UNBSJ. Seen all three of those teams, and I don't see a huge differential. Not that we should be, or I should be, seeding teams this early in the year. Lots can happen. Certainly showed they could hang with the Tommies through a half in this one. And Stu just found another gear in that third quarter. Some of the first years will get a little more experience with Crandall as the season goes on. Kerr will dribble it out for the Tommies. It's going to finish 65-45, and I believe, my memory serves me at all, that the Tommies average rate around 65 points. They do. 64.5, so to keep the average rate about there. Improve a little bit defensively. Should get their defensive points down under 50 in this one. So the Tommies with the win move to 2-1. That'll tie them with Holland, who is idle today. Mount A, I believe they held on and picked up a victory. It looked like that the last I checked the phone. They will also be at 2-1. So a logjam of three teams at 2-1 out of today with Mount St. Vincent 3-0. Tommies with the win. Thanks for tuning in, folks, for everyone at St. Thomas and the always amazing Alice in the producer's chair. I'm Bill Gibson. Come on back. About 19 minutes, we'll have men's action. See you then.